They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot! With 6/10 of a second remaining.
Hey everybody, welcome to Break Time with Pastor V. Thank you for being here today. Thanks for being here at Break Time with Pastor V. It is Friday. We have ended another week. And I thank God that we've made it another week. And I pray that you have had a great week. Today's lesson is titled Enough. I wanted to share some things with you, and if you saw my post, I was trying to invite people who are considering starting a business, launching out on anything new, tackling some stuff that you're afraid of, as well as other adventures in life that you may going through, or afraid to launch out in an area of ministry, or maybe not your own ministry, but to participate in an area of ministry or something that's happening at your church, or trying something new. I have something that I believe that God has given me to do, and you will all see it later. But I was talking to my wife, and while I was getting this information and I wanted to do it, it sounds like a great idea. All of a sudden, it was sort of overwhelming to me because it was so big and so many moving parts. And it's not big to other people, but it's big to me. I got afraid, and I was like, I was talking to my wife last night as we were walking, and I said, I told you about this project, but all of a sudden I just feel this sense of fear. It's a fear that it won't work, or it won't come out as good, or I don't have enough, that's an intentional, I don't have enough knowledge or resources, that's the word, resources to make it happen. And she said that push past the fear. Now, I had already determined that I would push past the fear, but I still have this concern. And so I was reminded today of Jesus when he fed the 5,000. He had been talking to the disciples. He'd been teaching to this huge crowd of people all day. And evening came, and Peter said, "Hey, tell them to go home. It's time to eat, and we don't have anything to feed them." And so Jesus says, "Well, what do you have?" So they, scoured around. They found, a few fish, 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. And Jesus said, "Sit them all down." He blessed it and gave it to the disciples, and they distributed it. And it had to keep multiplying while they were distributing it, because he broke it up into 12 pieces, and from there it just kept going. They fed over 5,000 men, plus women and children, off of the resources that they thought were not enough. And logically, it isn't enough. So I wanted to encourage the person who's reconsidering doing something new or launching out, and you face this thing of fear, or you face this thing of I don't have enough, or I don't have the resources. You have enough. You are enough. Let's trust God and do what he tells us to do, and watch it multiply and see what God does. I am so confident. Now, it doesn't mean that we won't be apprehensive. It doesn't mean that you won't operate in the presence of fear. Doesn't mean that your feelings may not change. You might still feel you don't have enough, because literally they did not have enough until it began to multiply. As they began serving, they began doing, it began to multiply, and it was enough. So for those of you who are considering launching something new, starting a new career, going back to school, engaging in an area of ministry that you're not familiar with, re-engaging into an area of ministry that you are familiar with, and you have other people who do it, and you're considering, well, I don't do it like them. Listen, you have the skill set. What you lack will develop as you go. That's the word from the Lord. What you lack will develop as you go. Amen. So that's it from Pastor V this week. Have a great day. Thank you for spending time here. Like and share this with somebody else to encourage them that they are enough.